You are lying to yourself. Every single day, you wake up and tell everyone that you're going to be this great achiever, that you're going to do everything your heart desires, and then you do absolutely nothing. The worst part isn't that you're failing. The worst part is that you don't even know you're doing it. You've gotten so good about talking about your goals, planning your goals, telling people about your goals, that your brain actually believes that you're working on them when you're not. And somewhere deep down, you already know that. Most people will go their entire life never realizing the gap between what they say they want and what their daily actions actually prove that they want. Think about any time you told someone or even told yourself that you were serious about your goals. It's funny because I saw something on Instagram that said, I told my girlfriend I'd do anything for her, but I was talking about like fighting dragons or fighting bad guys, not doing the dishes. We say things that mean the world, but when it comes to actually fulfilling on those things that we say, a lot of times they fall short. I don't want to do the dishes that I have to do right now. I wanted to do something in this dream life where I'm fighting bad guys and I'm protecting you and you're happy about that. That's what I mean by I'll do anything. I don't want to sit here and fold clothes. The funny thing is the same way it deals with relationships. It's the same way that this framework deals with your life. You tell yourself that you're willing to do anything to be successful. But if somebody looked at the things that you actually do on a day-to-day, would they believe you? Think about every time that you told somebody about a serious goal that you had. Maybe it was a business, maybe you wanted to lose weight or start a YouTube channel. And in that moment, you meant it. You were 100% for real. And the desire was real, but feelings don't build anything. It's the actions that bring it into reality. There's one quote that I stumbled upon that changed the way I think about this forever. And it said, if someone watched you every single day, could they tell that you were serious about your goals? Because when I first heard this, oddly enough, the one thing that I wanted to do was create my YouTube channel and post consistently and build an audience that actually cared about the videos. So I started uploading on a channel and I actually got a good successful video, got a few thousand views, and people started commenting saying, you know, we're rooting for you. We believe in you. You can do this and that. If you keep consistent, then you could be a big creator. And that meant something to me. That gave me the motivation to keep going. I remember even replying to some of these comments saying, I'm not going to let you down. I'm going to stay consistent. And what happened? I stopped uploading. Not because the desire of building a platform didn't interest me anymore. Not because I didn't want to have a YouTube channel anymore, but simply because I didn't remain consistent. My actions did not prove my desires. I didn't focus on script writing. I didn't focus on building a video or brainstorming new video ideas. I didn't focus on any of that, even though I wanted the end result, which is a platform. We live in a world that makes it incredibly easy to feel productive without doing anything. You can watch 5 videos about business and feel like you worked on your business. You can write down a goal in a journal and feel like you made progress. Your brain doesn't know the difference. 5 years from now, when you look back at the things that you've actually done, you just have a list of plans, a list of goals, but no actual work to show for it. So here's what nobody wants to admit. This is what happens to you if you continue to ignore the gap between what you say and what you do. What happens is there becomes 2 versions of you running simultaneously. The first version is the person that you tell yourself you are, the ambitious one, the one with potential, the one who's going to figure it all out. The other version is the one where your habits are creating your life. Every single day, those 2 versions either get closer together or further apart. And no matter what, if you continue telling people that you are version 1, eventually your life will tell on you. If I keep telling people I'm going to lose weight, but then over time I get bigger and bigger, eventually the version that I tell people is going to completely be contradicted by what I present. You will be able to tell that there is a gap between what I'm telling you versus what I'm actually doing behind the scenes. Every hour you spend scrolling instead of building your business, your versions pull apart. Every plan you make and don't follow through on, your versions pull apart. And after enough time, that gap becomes noticeable. And over time, you will stop believing the person that you claim to be. People around you will stop believing the person that you claim to be. And not because you failed, but because you never tried and you know that. So here's what I want you to understand. If someone watched you every single day and they could not tell that you were serious about your goals, then the problem you have is fixable. The problem is that you've been confusing your vision with identity. The only problem is that identity isn't what you decide in your head. Identity is what you prove through your daily actions. Think about it like this. If I told you that I was a runner, but I never ran, would you believe me? Not because runners run every single day without fail, but they run consistently, visibly. You can tell. If you saw me running and I'm out of breath in 2 minutes, would you believe that I was a runner? I can have a vision of who I am, but if my identity doesn't reflect that, then I will never, ever be able to fool anyone. So what do you actually do with this information? The first thing you have to do is stop measuring your commitment by how much you want something. You need to start measuring it by what you do when wanting something isn't enough. Because when you're tired, when it's inconvenient, when nobody is sitting around watching you, what do you do in those moments? Those moments are part of the journey. The difference between people who build something and the people who spend years dreaming about it is not because of talent. It's not because of timing. It's because they showed up and did the work. Your habits prove your belief. And that's why you have to imagine that somebody is watching you, judging to tell if you're serious about what you want to accomplish or not. Now that you have all the information, look within the mirror at yourself. Understand where is the gap between who I say I am versus what I do on a day-to-day. And if that gap is large, I need you to close it. That is the only way that you are going to see success. And if you don't close that gap, eventually your own life will tell on you. And nobody will believe in the things that you say. And the worst part is that you won't even believe the things that you tell yourself. In the comments, I want you to tell me the one thing that you kept thinking about when talking about the subject. What is the one thing you keep saying you'll start, but you still haven't touched? I want to know. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day, and goodbye.